So, um, those couple things out the way, very important. Always got to let everybody know about that. But I do have one discussion segment that I want to talk about here before we get into some reactions and reviews, right? Because that's what's up next. Actually, let me go get my water before we dive in here, because I feel like this next topic is going to be pretty interesting, if I do say so myself. All right, got the water. We got the water. We got it all. So, um, today's discussion topic, gonna be a relatively interesting one, right? Kind of came up with this one on the fly, and we haven't spoke about this a lot here on the channel or on the show. Um, and the thing that we're gonna talk about is loyalty, right? I think loyalty and the music scene and the underground scene kind of go hand in hand, right? You're either going to meet somebody who's like super loyal and dedicated to your work, even if they're like an artist mutual or they're a supporter. Then you're going to meet people that just aren't dedicated to certain things, right? And I think loyalty is something that needs to be a little bit more discussed here, right? Because you see a lot of people talk about certain aspects of loyalty, right? When it comes down to like, I'm so loyal, you're my bro, this, that, and the third. And then sometimes things just go left, right? Or they go right or whatever. And I think one thing that a lot of people fail to realize is a lot of problems with loyalty and dedication are very fixable, right? I think it's a very like hard area to get into when it comes to like a full-time career. Even streamers and YouTubers, same thing, right? Because you have to be very dedicated and you have to be very loyal. If anything, you have to be loyal to your craft, right? You have to be loyal to the art. So it really starts there. And when it comes down to having mutuals and artist friends and people that you're loyal to or X, Y, or Z, and people like crashing out or falling out, I just think a lot of these crash outs and a lot of these issues that arise um, can be easily solved, right? And there's a lot of people that kind of go through this thing where it's like certain stuff just isn't that big of a deal, right? Like not a lot of stuff like you need to crash out about. Like at the end of the day, like a lot of stuff is very fixable. Like there's only like three lines that you don't cross with people, right? It's the personal attacks, it's the attacks on the family, and it's the money thing. Don't fuck with any of that. But if it doesn't have anything to do with those three, friends, family, money, or like personal shit, then what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like a lot of problems outside of those are easily resolved for almost any situation. I mean, you could even apply it to like any friendship. You could literally take music and art out of this equation and it's still gonna apply. You know what I mean? So I see people like crashing out over like really dumb shit and making very like interesting choices when it comes to their career. And it's like tough to see, but it's like, at the end of the day, you could always lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And that goes for everybody, right? Your friends, your family, whatever. You know what I mean? So some people just have like this set, you know, um, vision and mindset that they want to achieve. And sometimes people just become catalysts and it really starts to get relatively dicey. You know what I mean? So um yeah, man, I just think loyalty all in all is very important. And I think like me personally, like I'm not willing to like sacrifice my loyalty for anything, really. To be honest with you, I think being loyal to people has always been something that's like in my blood, right? So anytime when somebody like in my circle is going through something, or I go through anything, or I see somebody like from a third point of view go through something, it's like really crazy. You know what I mean? It like it's really crazy, and it's like, man, like loyalty is just everything, bro. Like your friends, your family, and this is just for anybody out there who's like willing to crash out over anything, or is like considering just overthinking shit. Just know that most problems can be solved outside of emotion, right? I think being emotional is like a real big issue. So that's one thing, man, that I just like you got to leave emotions out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you really gotta leave emotions out of a lot of situations. Or just address it properly. You know what I mean? A lot of shit, like, isn't worth losing, like, family or friends over, you know? Because, like I said, it really only goes back to, like, the big three. If it's money, family, friends, personal shit. Outside of that, it's like, of course, like, we can solve whatever. You know what I mean? Like, anything can be worked through. So, for anybody that does, um, kind of think in that direction and really want to crash out sometimes, just remember that most problems are easily solvable. And if you feel yourself getting emotionally angry, sad, this, that, and the third, just remove yourself. You know what I mean? Because like even in The Godfather, like The Godfather literally has a line that talks about acting on emotion. You know what I mean? Like you just don't want to act on emotion. It's just not a good thing. Whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, it could be anything. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I definitely want people to take from that. You know, I think a lot of problems are solvable, and you should try to solve them for sure. So that'll definitely be uploaded on the Music Mondays channel. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, all that good jazz. So go show the channel. And these are some love, baby. Let's get it.